This is Love Lessons, intimate stories and advice from the Love Evangelist Nikeema Lee. Join us as we talk about topics that are spiritual, sexual, and get deeper and deeper into how we can get on the path to love, all while being unapologetically Black. Simply put, there's just not enough Black people talking about sex and sexuality and how we can really mirror it spiritually. Love is an inside job. Once you take the fear out of it, all that's left is love. We got too many people dependent on other people to find love. What would you do if you saw me hurting? Pain passing through my eyes, but the words from my lips say everything is okay. Everything is all right. Would you reach out to me, or would you pass me by? Each and every day, millions and millions of people get passed by. Millions and millions of people don't get checked on. Today's love lesson is simply to love. All right, so let's get into episode 2 of Love Lessons. And this episode is truly about the one thing we need to do, which is love. I want to start off this week by talking about something that has happened over the last 2 weeks. We've been able to lose two very important people from a celebrity perspective, Anthony Bourdain and a purse designer, Kate Spade. They both hung themselves with rope or robe lines, and they decided that this life that we're living is not equipped to handle the pain that they're going through, and they committed suicide. And I recently just saw a pastor here in Greenville, South Carolina. He is a well-known pastor. He's actually one of the two under the tutelage of Joel Osteen, Pastor John Gray. You may know him from the OWN Network, the Book of John, and again from the Joel Osteen services. Well, this young man talked about not only did these well-known celebrities kill themselves, but what about the people who are not celebrities that took their lives this week? What about the people who are hurting right now, who don't have an outlet, who don't have a sense of self and worthiness? And I wanted to talk about, and I talked about it a little bit last week, but my suicide attempts were something that were preventive. If someone would have taken the time to check on me, if somebody would have taken the time to invest into me, I may not have wanted to die so desperately. And I feel like people walk around with masks on their faces. They walk around in these hazes. They walk around in these things that have truly, I beg to say that we are so lost as zombies to simply and truly not to see other people in their pain by choice, because we ourselves are in our own pain. But collectively, if we came together, how we can all heal each other. Now that's the beauty of life, is that we all have this innate capacity to actually love each other. And if we would do such a thing, if we would come together as one to love each other, oh, how amazing can it be? So even though from a celebrity perspective, these folks took their lives, I want us to begin to think about the people who are next to us, who are hurting, and how much they need our love as well. Reach out to someone that is close to you so that they too can begin to heal and begin to start the healing process. All right, let's talk about how do we heal from this? How do we start? Where do we begin? And it begins with becoming vulnerable. It begins with trying and understanding that it is you who has to take the reins in order to change and impact the lives of yourself and the lives of people around you. So I want us to think about the masks that we wear, the illusions that we live behind, and how when you show up in a mask, you not only, make things terrible for the people that you steal, in a sense, from the people who are around you who need you to be you, but you also steal from yourself by not allowing yourself to live your true, authentic life. And being vulnerable sometimes, maybe vulnerable is the dirty word of the week, is that we don't want to be vulnerable. We don't want people to take advantage of us. I was recently in a circle where a young lady said, when you hug someone, you allow them, you become vulnerable and you're going to allow them to hurt you. And I don't think that being vulnerable gives permission to a person to hurt you or to cause harm to you. I think that anyone who causes harm to you has already had the intention on causing harm to you, regardless of what you put out there. But because we can be vulnerable, it allows the people around us to kind of see that and say, because you did it, because you not only stood in the midst of the storm, you not only stood in the midst of your fears, your insecurity, you allowed yourself to say, in the midst of that, I still am able to go forward. In the midst of the storm, I am still able to serve. In the midst of the fear, I am still able to show up for myself. And when you're able to do that, and you can do that with a true abundance and a true understanding of what love is and what God is, and how you can really do this thing, what tends to happen is the how part is when you truly understand that by fixing something within yourself, you can then create a bigger impact to the community. You can create a bigger ripple effect to the people around you. And that's truly what we strive to do. Truly what we find important to do. And I want to encourage you, each and every one of you, in becoming vulnerable and letting down the mask, taking the mask off, showing your true self, living your authentic life. And when you're able to do that, how is the world not going to be better because the world is going to be better for you. You are here to live out a purpose and to live out a dream and to live out an expectation of life, hope, and love. And when you do that as your authentic self, people around you are benefited. Let the people around you get what they need, because you never know when somebody's going through a bad day and you get mad at the cashier at the coffee shop, or you get angry at the guy who's a telemarketer and he's having his last day and he just wants to kill everything and everybody, and himself included. So we've got to make sure that when we're around people, that they truly understand that they are loved, that they are connected, that they are one, that they're not in this thing alone. And a lot of folks who kill themselves think that there's nobody out there that will understand them, that there's nobody out there that will understand what they're going through. And right now, if anybody is listening to this is what I want you to do. I want you to put your hand up right now. I want you to declare that there is someone in this world that loves me. There is someone in this world that loves me. And who that person might be, that person is you. Even in the midst of the storm, you've got to show up for you. And as you continue to do that, what ends up happening is that love of yourself grows. And that's the love that we need to cultivate. That's the love that we need to make sure that is on point. Not that someone else shows up for you. Not that someone else, comes to your rescue. No one is going to come save you. That's the hard part to understand. And listen, I understand. I've been there. I've done that. I got the t-shirt. What I'm telling you what I'm telling you, bro, is that you have got to show up for yourself. You have got to be the intercessor, the encourager, the intermediary of yourself. And I know it's hard, especially when you struggle through life and you failed and you failed and you failed and you failed. But they say that the testament of a true man is when he falls 8 and gets up 9, and when he falls 9 and gets up 10, and when he falls 25 and gets up 26. You've got to keep showing up. You've got to keep showing up. And when you keep showing up, God will continue to show out in your life, because if you're honest with yourself and you look back upon the things that you have and the things that you've been through, that you could look back and say, you know what, I've come a long way. I have actually been in a place where at some point I might have been, but I've got testimonial evidence that I've survived. You've survived 100% of your worst days. You have made it through the storms. You have made it through many valleys. Why not? Why is this valley that much different? Because it's trying to take you to a whole nother mountain. It's trying to take you to a whole nother level, a mountain in a level you've never been on before. So yes, the tests are going to be greater. They're going to be deeper. They're going to be richer. They're going to be at more higher stakes. Yes, they are. No one's saying they're not. No one's saying it's going to be easy. No one's saying you get an opportunity to rest. You get an opportunity to take a break. To quit. So don't quit on yourself and don't quit on others, and people will not quit on you. Now, this is something that I like. And sometimes I get into these rants, and you know what? This is my podcast and I'll do what I want. And I want to encourage you, like, listen, I just want to be the voice, man. I just want you to turn on this podcast and know that somebody out here is confessing love for you. And that when you find it within yourself, you have no opportunity. Listen, this is just the second section of this thing. I want to show you how to start loving yourself, because that's always the question I get, which is like, Nikeema, I hear what you're saying, but how do I love myself? What do I do? Do I go to the mall and buy myself gifts? Do I go to the nail salon and get my nails and hair done? Like, is that a representation of love? No. Let's show you how. All right. It's all about how do you love yourself, right? That's what we're teaching right now. How do I love myself? Well, first thing you want to do in loving yourself is to trust yourself. How many times have we sat around and doubted our own decisions, doubted the things that we reasoned to be true? We sometimes just simply and truly forget that it is our inner gut that leads us, that guides us, because we've made some mistakes. We made some bad choices in the past. We don't trust ourselves anymore. So we confer to other people's opinions to find direction. The first step in loving yourself is trusting yourself. And if you can trust yourself in all things, not in some things, not in the little things, not in just the things that matter to you, but in all things, if you can learn to trust yourself, that is where we begin. We begin there. And our second step in loving yourself is to believe in yourself. Now, when you ask what's the difference between trusting and believing? Well, belief is an unwavering faith in all that you do. You've got to have a certain level of confidence in yourself. You've got to believe in yourself. Guess what? You've got to be your biggest cheerleader. Everything that you do, you should be excited about before anyone else gets excited. You have to be the champion cheerleader of yourself. When you find out that you are the best, you are the greatest, you are the most talented in all the land, right? You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe that you're doing the right thing. You've got to believe that this is the right path for you. You've got to believe. And when you begin to believe in the value of you, can nobody deter you from anything? Can nobody stop you? Can nobody say you can't? Because you know that 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 you can. And that's what you want to do. You want to start to trust in yourself. You want to start to believe in yourself. And with trust and belief builds our number 3, which is confidence. You've got to have a confidence in yourself. You've got to have a confidence that is oozing from your pores. And once you get that confidence within yourself, you now trust yourself. You believe yourself. You begin to walk with an heiress. You begin to believe, and you begin to just trust. And I mean, you just, the things that happen when you've got that level of confidence, when you've got that level of desire for yourself, you will not settle. You will not settle for anything that's mediocre. You will not settle for anything that's less than you. You become authentic. And when you become authentic, love and self-love just fall into place. You've got to look at yourself and say, I am enough. I am more than enough. I am exactly what everybody needs. And if you do not appreciate what I bring to the table, then it's your loss, because I know my value. I know my worth. I believe in me. I trust in me. Say those words with me. I trust myself. I believe in myself. I love myself. I am authentic. I am real. I am love. And when you see that energy and you can walk in that power and you can walk in that truth, oh my goodness, this is the love lesson for the night. This is about loving yourself. How do you do it? You put those things together. Now listen, you haven't trusted, believed on yourself in 40 years. So what do you think is going to happen overnight? No, absolutely. Do you think that you're going to magically wake up in the morning and it's all of a sudden you're going to have this unwavering confidence about yourself, and you haven't had unwavering confidence about yourself in the last 10 years? No, there's a process. You have got to follow the process. You have got to put in the work. You have got to consistently show up for yourself, and you've got to do it daily. You got to do it nightly. You got to do it every morning. Your ritual, your habits, they've all got to line up. They've got to say, yes, I believe in myself. Yes, I trust myself. So when Bozo the clown comes showing up and saying how gorgeous you are and how amazing you are and how great you look, you won't fall for it because somebody's actually giving you a compliment, because you give yourself compliments every day. You tell yourself that you're great. You tell yourself that you're wonderful. You tell yourself that there's no man against you, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You tell yourself these things so that when someone else from the outside begins to tell you, be like, yeah, I know, thank you, you're welcome. That's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, I know I'm great. Yeah, I know I'm the best. Yeah, I know I'm dope. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you didn't have to tell me. Got it. Got the t-shirt. I'm all in. Yeah, and so what? Right? You don't fall for the foolishness. You don't fall for the okie doke when somebody finally gives you a compliment because you haven't heard niceties in 15 years. It's all about understanding that you are the creator of your own life. And when you begin to believe in yourself, and you begin to trust in yourself, and you begin to have a confidence within yourself, the self-love part just falls into place. It becomes organic. It doesn't become something that you have to create. It doesn't become something that you have to just demand from the universe. It is something that just is. It's like air. It just is. And when you can put those things together, love falls into place. And you can trust, and you can believe, and you can have confidence. When you live in authenticity, you begin to love yourself. Yes? Yes. When I say yes, you say yes, yes, yes. Shots fired by Palace. Shots fired by Palace. Shots fired by Palace.
I'm doing G. Ain't no compromising me, volume 2. Palace. Yeah. Breaking chains, he be breaking chains. Pray when I bring the flow, yet I bring the bang. Yeah, holy is the Lord, made the earth sing. Yeah, my God is the champ with the most reign. And I don't really feel that song overcame. But props to the boy, cause he do his thing. A props to the boy, yeah, my savior is. No cops on the boy, still I hear the law. No running from the Lord when you hear the call. Early mornings on your knees, that's a minimal. Yeah, powered off source like I'm in the wall. Yeah, Christ and I court like we in the mall. Yeah, and I be on my work, I be on my work. Praying off sin, praying off the dirt. I be on my knees for my family. Yeah, Lord, less of me and more thee. And when I look bad, sense of me, put it under my tab. Grace I mean, wanna be on your side, on your team, wanna be your receiver, eyes are king. Shots fired down on you. No one can duck the truth. Yeah, work hard, pray harder. You bastards don't need Mary to meet your father. Christ martyr, postpartum, born again. Bible studies kickstart them, then restart them. Give them that real substance, don't retard them. Word of God transactions, like a pardon. You don't think you really need God, beg your pardon. You don't have the will to please God, that's your problem. You should know your treasure resides where your heart is. Wherever you spend the most time, there your God is. Yeah, bread of life, it be on the rising. Shout out to the church, we need more discipling. And we gon' preach the word till we strike a nerve. I pray it reach your heart, this cardiac arrest. Yeah, no matter where we going out to get. Yeah, we fishermen and men, we throwing out the net. And if you know a Christ fanatic, then we probably met. And we